Titration is a technique to change the pH of a solution to determine the unknown concentration of an analyte. Here we use KHP, we weigh it out, then we add water to complete the solution. It takes a while to dissolve, so there are methods of hurrying up the dissolvation of it among water with transferring heat from your hands to the solution, and this speeds up KHP getting dissolved. Then afterwards, you add sodium hydroxide and watch the titration. But before you even put sodium hydroxide, you added 3 drops of phenol, which is the indicator, which tells you a pH change has occurred. And that's when you know to stop the titration, when you see it change pink. And we do this 3 times because you want to get an accurate measurement to determine the unknown concentration of the analyte. The analyte here is sodium hydroxide. We do not know the amount of concentration it has, but we do know the concentration KHP is in 100 milliliters of water because we measured out in grams. We do the same thing with citric acid, which is basically in soda, to help determine how much acid is in soda. To do that, we gotta figure out the concentration of sodium hydroxide, and once we figure that out, we use the moles to figure out how much of it is in the concentration. Once we do that, we can then use mole-to-mole ratio to figure out how much moles of citric acid there are. And once we know that, we can figure out the molarity because it's moles divided by liters. And that's how we're able to determine all of that. And then here is the 3 beakers, all diluted. And here is all the calculations done to determine the moles, the concentration of each, the the sodium hydroxide, and the citric acid. And that is what a titration is. They're determining the unknowns, concentration